up, YouTube? I'm back. This is kind of something I've been wanting to talk about for a while now with you guys, is carrying while riding, right? Because this is a foreign concept for a lot of you guys, because many of my watchers are in California or in other parts of the world besides the US, you know? So a lot of you guys don't understand this. Like, oh, what? Carrying? What do you mean, carrying? You mean, oh, you mean a gun? Oh, shit, dude! Well, before we get started, I'll talk about the gun that I carry on my person. When I ride, I usually use my Taurus Millennium G2. PT-111, I believe, is the designated number. It's a 9mm, it's a compact, it holds 15 or 13 rounds, double stacked. And it's a nice, comforting, concealed carry. Like I said, a lot of you guys are just gonna not understand this concept because you're not from the US. You know, guns are part of our culture. That is an American thing, is guns. Guns, 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 guns. Holy dicks, guns. You know, that's what that's Americans like. We like guns. Woohoo! Fuck the free world, right? And that's part of our culture, and it's part of our culture for a lot of different reasons. You know, 1776, all that good stuff. We say, like, fuck you, Britain, and now we're free. 4th of July, all that, America, pew pew. But really, to me, it's not even about that. I like being able to protect myself personally. I would never want to be in a situation where I hear gunfire and I don't have a gun. I would absolutely hate that. God, dude, I can only imagine how terrified everyone else would be, especially with all these active shooters and shit like that that's going on. Pretty SBM dubs. With everything that's going on right now, man, I would hate to be in a situation where I was basically stuck without a gun and there's other people with guns. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna die. Dude, like, that would fucking blow. At least with the firearm on my person, I could potentially defend myself, you know? I'm not a marksman by any means of the word, but I practice and train frequently. I like to feel like that, given a situation where there's a bad dude with a gun, I could at least hit him and or potentially kill him or her, you know, you never know. In a situation where it was like a robber, or maybe a situation where there's an active shooter, you never know. Like, I would much rather have the ability to defend myself than not. And because guns are such a big part of our culture, it's a very real possibility. Now, the chances of me running into someone with a gun in my lifetime are pretty slim. You believe it or not, you know, with the gun violence is actually extremely low in America, considering how many guns we have. That's a different video. And a lot of you guys are gonna be like, Dan, how's that possible? America's leading gun violence, which isn't true. It's not true, not even by a little bit. But let's say it's one of the leading nations. The statistics are all fucked up because none of them are consistent. You don't have anything to compare it to because all the statistics are wrong, basically. And I don't want to say wrong as in, like, they're not accurate. They're accurate, but they're misconstrued. It's very easy to misconstrue statistics to fit your agenda, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about carrying while I'm riding. One, is it like, why is it even important when you carry when you ride, or is it ethical, or can you get away with it? Is it legal, you know? And yeah, it's legal in most states states that offer concealed carry and open carry permit, it's legal. Obviously, places like Florida where there's conceal only, there's not open carry, you have to have it concealed. But here in Georgia, aka America's free world, you can have it on your hip, open, concealed, however, and it can be any gun you want. If I had the right paperwork, I could technically strap a rocket launcher to my back and ride around. That's totally okay with the way laws are written. God, dude, I love how, like, beautiful some of the roads are, and this is just highway. Some of the shit that Chase and I did yesterday is just fucking immaculate. So, like I said, with the proper paperwork, you can technically conceal carry or open carry anything in the state of Georgia. I could strap an AR-15 to my back, totally okay. Now, why is this important? For a couple different reasons. You know, there's a lot of anti-motorcyclist people, or there's a lot of road rage that's going on right now. I don't know if it's just the season or what, but dude, it seems like maybe with the higher availability in technology, cameras, dash cams and stuff like that, we're seeing it more often, but it's... I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I don't like being on a bridge with a bunch of shit like this. You know, like I said, maybe it's just there being a lot more cameras out there, but whatever it may be, we're seeing a lot of road rage against bikers, or bikers against people, or people against cops, vice versa. I mean, there's a ton of shit going on right now, and who knows why? Whether it be the fact that it's just a warmer season or the fact that, you know, Obama's sky demons are coming down controlling us little people. No, I don't actually believe that, but I mean, there's a billion different variables that could cause an influx in road rage. So, you know, you never know when you're gonna need a firearm. I consider myself relatively mellow-headed, and thankfully I've never needed my gun. I have never once in my entirety of owning a firearm had to pull the firearm and use it, or even like just brandish it, and I'm really thankful for that. But who knows, dude? There might come a time where someone wants to fucking bow up at me, or someone has their own gun or a knife. Hand-to-hand combat, I can't combat a knife. You know, he's gonna cut my shit up. So it'd be really convenient if I had a gun on me that I could use to defend myself. So yeah, I think it's a good idea that a lot of people carry when they ride, and I know a lot of bikers do. Especially if you're in one of them there biker gangs. I personally just prefer having a gun on me opposed to not having a gun on me. And that's not because I feel threatened or targeted or like someone's out to get me. It's just it feels better. Especially with more and more school shootings and like with more and more terrorist attacks, dude, you never know, I guess, when someone's gonna fucking lose it and shoot up a school or a church. Hey, speaking of which, the dude that shut up the black church got his ass kicked in prison by a guy who was in on some sort of robbery charge or whatever. Now, while I don't necessarily advocate putting people who have armed robbery charges and assault charges out there, good on him for kicking the dude's ass, because honestly, the guy who shot up the black church definitely deserves to be killed. Dude, check this out, man. This fucking beautiful scenery. No longer just going across the causeway, huh, peeps? So while this may be a foreign concept to you guys that aren't in America, or even people who don't regularly use firearms, I think it's important that you do your research and find out if it's possible for you to carry when you ride. Because you never know when someone's gonna lose their mind. Now, is it ethical or is it efficient to carry when you ride? I would like to believe so, yes. Holy shit, we got a group of bikes on the way. CBR 1K, Assadins. I mean, like, is it efficient? Could I draw my weapon, load it, because I don't personally keep one in the chamber. That's for very specific reasons that I'm not going to get into. You guys can call me an idiot in the comments, I don't care. I don't carry one in the chamber. But do I believe I could unholster my weapon, cock it, and then fire it accurately to eliminate a target while riding a motorcycle? I don't know. I've never been put in the situation. Again, I would like to believe so. And if there was a good way to practice, I totally would. But I'm not bringing this thing to a range. It's not happening. Off of it's a completely different story. You're standstill traffic, someone bumps into you, he gets mad, you get mad, shit gets heated, he pulls a knife, you have to do what you gotta do to survive, man. It's not right, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna let some fuckboy with a knife or another gun try to put me down without so much as of a fight, you know? Obviously, I'm a big supporter of firearms, I love guns, I strongly believe in the right to carry a firearm and possess one. And this video is not to challenge that or to have people agree or disagree with me. I'm just giving my 2 cents on your, right to carry a gun on a bike. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? I personally think it's a great idea. Oh my god, dude. I can't believe I fucking live like this. I mean, obviously you have to decide what's right for you. I've had people admit to me before, while teaching gun safety, that they don't feel comfortable choosing to carry a firearm. They don't feel like they're responsible enough to handle that. And if you can admit that to yourself, then that's a great idea not to carry a firearm. You should never do something that makes you uncomfortable. But if you feel like it's a good idea and you should do it and you don't feel comfortable with yourself yet, find someone who's willing to teach you how to operate and carry a firearm safely. It's important that you're both comfortable and efficient with the firearm, because you don't want to be put in a situation where you have to use it and then not know how to use it or not execute it properly. It's a terrible way to be put. So if you're saying to yourself, Dan, I'm considering carrying a firearm when I ride, should I? The answer is more than likely yes. You have to evaluate yourself, you have to audit your mentality and say, hey, am I responsible enough to do this? I'm not going to be some guy who just randomly squeezes off a couple rounds because he gets heated. You have to control yourself. You have to learn how to manage your own anger and temper. And if you can do that, if you can prove that to yourself, that you can handle yourself under anger and stress, then I suggest you look into doing that. That's really all I have to say about carrying a gun while you ride. I carry almost every single day unless I'm riding with a specific group of friends that I don't know. If there's a specific group of people who I do not carry around because one, they carry for themselves and they can handle themselves, or two, I don't feel comfortable around them to carry. But right now I'm in a new town, I don't know where I'm at, I don't know the people around me, so I carry when I ride every day. What's up, dude? Thanks, man. Custom hardtail, been working on it since I was like 16. Yeah, man. Well, my camera's probably about to die soon, guys, but I appreciate you joining me on the ride. Make sure to subscribe. Does anybody actually subscribe when people tell you to subscribe? Like, does that work? Like, hey, fucking subscribe. Like, I'm gonna see a fucking influx in my subscribers because I said that? You wanna fucking go, dog? You are absolutely adorable.